Hi and happy Sunday, everyone. This is Meg at Chasing Retro. I hope all of you are doing well today. Normally, I don't get on much on the weekends and make videos, but this past week was very busy and we had guests in and out of our house all week long, and so I did not have much chance to make a video. As some of you know, my crafting space is literally on a desk in the middle of our dining room in front of the fireplace. So it is the main central hub of our house, and I like to wait until it's relatively quiet just so I won't be distracting to you guys, and also my family doesn't feel awkward if they're in the room and trying to do something. So I've been working a little bit this weekend, yesterday mainly, on these retro childhood summer journals. I will have two that are available. I have another one that I'm working on, but it is a special order, or a custom order rather. But these will be the two that will be in my shop when they're complete. One is going to be a hardcover, and it is this adorable Bobbsey Twins hardcover book. And then with the same seersucker fabric, I have a soft cover that's made with a recycled packaging envelope. And then inside of it, I hope I haven't shown you guys this before. I'm sorry if I have. I have some embroidered floral fabric and a beautiful, I guess that would be called eyelet lace ruffle all the way across. Now, this little girl right here is an image from KB and Friends on Etsy, and I have printed it out and Mod Podged it for protection, you know, a layer of protection against water and things. And I'm going to make some sort of a cluster to go on the cover here. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in the middle or on the corner, but it will be some sort of a fabric cluster with buttons and things like that. May or may not add something to the edge. I'm not sure yet. And then this one, of course, will have a charm dangle, much like the Hawaiian journals that you might have watched the flip through last week for. And they are, one has sold, two are still in my shop if you're interested in those. These will still be summer themed, but they're going to be more childhood themed. I saw this on the back of a Quick magazine. I have a few of these in my shop as well. I decided to share some of them with you guys, but I kept this one because the ad on the back is inflatable pools. I'm assuming these were just becoming popular about this time, 1953. And so I thought maybe I would tear this off and use it as a journaling card. We'll see. I also wanted to mention, while I'm talking about my shop, I have decided to start shipping my journals to Canada. I've sent one, and it was a lot easier than I thought it would be. And so in time, I may extend the shipping not only to other items besides my journals, but also maybe other countries as well. So stay tuned. But for right now, I am going to be able to ship my journals to Canada if that interests you, if you're a Canadian viewer. So these pages are all in here and ready. Well, I say ready. The signature has not been formed, but I have decided on the pages for this one, and I will be making the signature later today. It is a mixture of children's book pages, Kool-Aid dyed papers, handwriting papers, steno pages, legal pad, ledger. Every one of them will have a popcorn bag pocket. This is another children's book. This is actually one that I got recently. It's a childcraft book from the 60s or early 70s. I can't remember. This is also a childcraft page. This is from the Children's Bookshelf series. This is an Ideals page, another Ideals page, National Geographic. Look at all of those varieties of umbrellas on that beach. Seashells. That's stationery, by the way. This is from a children's reader. This is from a children's reader and a children's dictionary. And then each journal will have one of my little signature, I say signature, but it's not my idea. I use a 12 by 12 to make a center pocket folio in the center of a signature. So this will have it in the center of its one signature, and this will have it in the center of only one of the two signatures. The other one will have a greeting card in the center. So that is where I've gotten so far on the childhood retro journal. So I'm using a variety of things that just, I'm not making it all about the beach or all about just playing outside in the summer. It will have a little bit of everything. It will have family vacations. The hardcovers will have piano pages with handwriting by the piano teacher, because most children continue to take lessons and or at least practice piano in the summer. I thought that would be a fun addition. So like this one has fireflies, or we call them down here lightning bugs, in jars. And so just trying to capture the essence of summer. Sometimes, at least for me, and I'm sure more so in the 40s and 50s, summer was a great deal of just playing and doing what you wanted to do, but also things that your parents had planned for you, whether it be sending you away to camp or a family vacation or family reunions, things like that. So I wanted to capture all of that in these journals and give them a very happy, carefree feel. The colors, I'll go ahead and show you the pages for the hardcover that I haven't put into signatures yet. The pages have a loose color theme of just primary colors, but with a few, maybe a little bit of pink and a little bit of baby blue thrown in. Just colors that are happy without being overly bright, or I'm trying not to put many muted colors in here. So just things that just make you happy and bright and cheerful without being they're just not as bright as my Hawaiian journals, which aired on the side, a little bit on the side of like fluorescent tropical vibe, but these will be more just happy childhood colors. They are so fun to work on. I'm excited to continue those. Here's my little tray. As you guys know, I put all of my things in a tray. So in this pocket, I have ready-made cards for journaling, real ephemera. So this is like a little greeting card, things like vintage flashcards, bingo cards. This pocket, actually this should go over here. This pocket has printables. These printables will be used as is or made into more of an embellished journaling card type thing. And then these are the images that are cut out of books that are not, obviously not full pages, but will be used to either just embellish the corner of a page or be made into a tag or journaling card. So I tried to go through and pick out all of my things from my book stash that capture the essence of summer childhood. And then same with this one. These are the same thing, but a little bit, I guess a little bit smaller. Most of these are a little bit smaller. Here's a Dick and Jane image. And I love to put Family Circus in my journals, and just some more images from some readers that I have. So that is my folder. Let me see if there's anything else I can tell y'all about. I am going to be adding a few things to my shop this week, so stay tuned for that. If you don't follow the shop already, you might want to. I have a love of fabric. It may borderline on obsession with fabric. I have way too much fabric. I will never, ever, ever use everything that I have. So I have in the past made fabric bundles to share with y'all and put them in my shop, and they did very well. Last time I did them in bundles that were themed by color. This time I'm not going to do that. I want to do something a little different. So I might do more of a themed fabric selection. So say all of them will be florals. All of them will be prints that you would use in a childhood or baby themed journal, things like that. And they will range in size probably from 3x3 all the way to maybe a quarter of a yard or a little less. Just trying to put a little pack together without making making it, you know, so heavy that it jumps into a higher shipping category. Also, I have a few other things just in my stash that I think I might let go of. I'm sort of reevaluating everything right now as far as like space that I have and beautiful, wonderful things that I have more than enough of. So be watching. One example is, so you might have seen a video, it was probably 6 months ago that I did, where I was gifted a giant roll of original blueprints from a Kmart store that was built, I believe, in 1972. I want to say it's 72. And they're a little bit, I don't think they were originally this color. I think they were pink, but you know, over time, the age has made them a little bit yellowed on the edge, but I think that adds to the beauty of them. I'm going through and I'm trying to glue as many as I can onto cardstock, and this one is actually a file folder. And then I'm going through and I'm cutting out tags and other things out of them, sewing around the edges and making them into tags. These tags can be used as is, or they can be embellished by, you know, just putting a little, honestly, with something like this that's busy like this, you only just need something very small in the corner, and that would be more than enough. Actually, I would probably rotate this so more of this beautiful writing would show. But I will probably be sharing some of the tags that I make out of this, if this is interesting to you. I love architecture. I love blueprints. Way back when, I used to want to be an architect, so these things have my heart. Here is actually, it's 1973. And some of them actually do say Kmart on them. I don't know that these that I have in front of me do, but I do have some that have Kmart. Here it is, Kmart Foundation. This is when I believe it had just been sold from the S.S. Craigie Corporation, and they had rebranded them as Kmart. So seriously, guys, these will be fun to work with and share with y'all. I have more than enough to share, and I would love for you to have some. I have one more announcement before I will leave today. I did want to say that this past weekend was my daughter's birthday, and to celebrate it, she wanted to meet a friend to go to the Recraft store that I had gone to about a month ago. She was not with me that day. She was at camp, and so she missed out. But she learned about me going and was like, please, can we go again? And I said, how about your birthday? So that's what we did. My husband happened to be off work, and so he was with us, and he decided to film some B-roll, or I guess just film, of me walking through the store and getting a few things for my journals. And he has shared that folder with me of film. I have not looked at it yet, but I will be editing it this week and going through it and putting it on in front of the haul video that I have when I decide to share that. If I can do it before Thursday, it will be hashtag Thrifted Treasures. If it's not until Thursday, it will be hashtag Thrifty Thursday. But just stay tuned for that. So it'll be more of a shop with me plus haul video combined into one. So while we're sitting here, let's go ahead and put these signatures together. I will show you the sort of process that I go through. It's not a science, but I do try to keep some sort of order and try to keep things as organized as I can to make sure that each signature has an equal balance of items. Normally, I like to do this on a floor. I'll sit down on a rug and I'll spread everything way out so I'll have a lot more room. But I'm going to try to do it today on the desk so that you can see it. So, like I said before, each of these hard covers will have one of these folios in the center. This one has not been sewn. So we'll call this signature 1. And in the center of signature 2, I have a vintage greeting card. So let me find that. It is in here near the top. Here we go. So this will be the center. I love putting these in the center because it gives you an uninterrupted view of what the card looks like right here. Oftentimes the image continues, and I love keeping that intact. So 1 and 2, and then what I start doing is first I just go through and I put the things that I know for sure are going to go in each one. So this one is going to be, I always start each signature with a piece of cardstock. So that's what this is. And this will be the start of the second. And then this is what I call an other page. Technically, it can be used for writing, but it is gift wrap. And so it's not, it sort of falls into its own category. So I put this in an other pile. This is also an other pile. This is vellum, printed vellum. I consider sewing pattern instructions a book page. So I have a pile here, and this will be book pages. And this is a book page, book page, book page. As you can see, I tend to go through my stash and get a lot of the same types of things at once. Okay, so now we're getting into the writing pages. So I call these blank or mostly blank pages that can be used just for journaling only. So I'll make a pile for that. Again, this is much easier on the floor, but I'm going to put this plain vellum, actually this is tracing paper, in a writing book pile, a writing page pile, because unlike this, which I call an other, this one may or may not be used for journaling. Some people may want to leave it just as is. So I'm going to call this other, and this will be writing. This is other because it's a bag, and it counts as a page when I do a page count, but I like to not put it with the other pages into the other pile. Got two stuck together here. Here we go. Stationery is a writing page. These have a lot of book pages, but I just wanted them to be full of nostalgic childhood images. That's why there's so many. So when I do a journal like that that has a lot of book pages, I try to either make a lot of pockets and add places to write, or just use paper clips and just put cards and tags everywhere for writing. So now that I have first signature, second signature, other, as you can see, we have an odd number here. So I'm going to leave that till the end. We're going to divide this in half. We're going to say, like you're dealing cards, each signature gets about the same amount. This one had a pocket page, so I'm going to put this one here. Okay, so this will be first signature. This will be second signature. Now let's divide the writing pages. Okay, we don't want to do that one because it's in this, it looks just like the other one, so we'll reverse that. Okay, so here's the writing pages for that and for that. Now let's count our totals and see if it will help us distribute these three evenly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The card is on the back. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I don't know how that happened, but we have 18 over here, so this will make it 20. Let's do, which one is the vellum page, the tracing paper? We want to try to put the other one on that other side. I think it's over here. Yeah, so we'll put these two here and this one here. All right, so as you can see, I still have one page off. So what I'll do, I don't always have to make it even, but it just helps me when I, do the page count to have both signatures the same number of leaflets. So I'll probably go and choose one more writing page to put in the one that's short a page. Just some, patterned scrapbook paper or something. And then after that, I will put them in order. In fact, I can go ahead and do that now because I can just add the page in later. So this is the second signature, and like I said, I always start with a cardstock page just because I feel like it holds everything together better. And if I wanted to do a pocket on the entrance to a signature, it's more substantial to hold on to it. So let's try to evenly disperse it. It's a little bit harder with these because, like I said, I have a lot of book pages in these, but that's okay. I try to kind of see what it's going to reflect, so I think I can choose something a little bit better. Actually, let's do the vellum here, or tracing paper. And then another book page. We have a lot of blue right here, so how about a handwriting page? And then this looks nice with the blue. More blue. But I think here is where we need to put the gift wrap. And then we have this beautiful lemonade page. I may have to trim this one. This one, oh, I did not want to fold it in half because I wanted to save these beautiful little cups. But it ended up, I may just have to fold that in. That's okay. Little parfait. All right, we have Steno paper. And then we have this. And this is probably where I'll put the other piece of writing paper that I'm going to add in because I don't want to have two book pages right next to each other. Actually, three. I'll intersperse it there. And I like to put this as a backdrop to the card just because it looks nice. So that signature is ready, minus a couple of pages added in. And I kind of also just kind of look. This one is not nearly as beefy as some of the other journals that I've made. I must have just chosen thinner pages. So this one could stand to maybe use one or two more. I may go back and add that later. Okay, here's the others. And here's the writing pages. So let's find our first one. Right here. This is a digital from Raspberry Road Designs. They have a digital called, I think it's called Simply Summertime or something like that. It is so cute. Put handwriting page next. These are games that you play in the car on the way to vacation. This is a very old page from a fishing manual that I just lucked out on at an antique store. A thrift store in Florida, actually. The lady who checked me out that day said, "Oh my goodness, I don't think I've ever seen anything this old in here." Where did you find this? I was like, it was just on the bookshelf. All right, let's put a large page here that will be okay next to the popcorn bag. Okay, and then we'll do dictionary. Let's do this first, and then this, and then this, and then this. Okay, so this one is a little bit chunkier, you can see. So if I add any pages, it'll probably be to this one. And yep, that one page is sticking out. I'm gonna have to fold it. And so this one is ready to go in here, and I don't sew them in yet. I have a list of things. Let me show y'all. I just jotted down a list of things that I need to remember to sew before I sew in a signature. So all these things are things that require sewing machine. Taking the page out makes it a lot easier. Things that I want to make sure I do before I use the thread to bind them into the spine. Because once you do that, some of these become very difficult, others become impossible. So I like to keep this in front of me when I get to this stage. But I hope this gives you just a little idea of how I put my things together. Again, it's much easier sitting on the floor with everything laid way out, all the way out. Some people like to be super matchy-matchy and make sure every page looks good with the next one. I'm not quite that picky about that. I kind of think some of the beauty of a junk journal is being able to add what you want maybe later, and that will help tie in some colors. And I like them to be used. I don't necessarily want them to just be, you know, things to sit and admire. I want them to be used and written in, and I want you to be able to glue your own items into it. So that's my process. And I hope all of you have a great day. Again, stay tuned for the video with the shop with me in the haul. And I hope y'all have a great Sunday evening. See you soon.